Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with episode 3 of our Washington Nationals franchise here on MLB The Show 25. We are currently 32 and 52, 6 and 4 in our last 10. So, we're coming off a little bit of a good stretch of games here going into the All-Star break. We have 2 more weeks, then we get to the All-Star break, and then we're going to wrap up the rest of the regular season today in this episode. Obviously, we're probably not going to make the playoffs this season at currently 32 and 52, so 20 games below 500. But we have our scouting we can look forward to. We can look forward to the draft in 13 days. Should have a pretty high pick here, so that is exciting. We're going to get right into the episode today and get going. Okay, so we simmed to next week to do our scouting assignments, now 35 and 55. So we'll head in here to our scouting. We've been scouting some guys that I think could be pretty good. We have a ton of guys that are fully scouted. So this is our last week of scouting. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change out Fletcher Jones, who's a first baseman. I think I'm going to leave Chris Murillo and Carlos Flores where they are. I think I want to know more about both of them. Carlos Flores, he's a relief pitcher. He'll be more of like a second to third round pick. Chris Murillo could end up being our first round pick if he's good enough. 76 to 96 potential looks good, so I'm going to hope that it stays on the higher end of the, 80 to 96 potential and kind of see where that lands. But yeah, Fletcher Jones will swap out here. Go in here and take a look. I'll probably want to look at first baseman. Obviously, Josh Cannon is going to be amazing. He is injured, so that is something we need to take a look at as well, and kind of be aware of. That will damage some of that potential and those attributes at the start. So we need to kind of see, obviously if he falls because of the injury and we have the potential opportunity to take him, I'll probably end up taking him anyway. But we'll have to see how that goes. We're going to kind of look at some other first baseman here anyway, just to be safe. And I think it'll be Edwin McGill we'll look at here. Set that for our final week of scouting, and then we can head in here and just keep simming until the All-Star break. I'm not going to be going into any, well, I say that, bottom of 6, down 3-1 with bases loaded. We're going to go ahead and hop in here, see what Ahmed Rosario can do. 2 for 3 with a double in the game. So let's hop in here and see what we can do with Ahmed Rosario. We will see what we can do with our third baseman, who's playing actually very well to start off this season. Let's see, we can go in here and check him out. Yeah, batting 280, only 2 home runs, but 31 RBIs, 10 stolen bases. That is not bad at all. Obviously, the triple single did strike out today, but 7 for 11 in this series against Boston is not bad at all. That is fantastic for our third baseman here. We get on that one. Can it get down? It'll stay foul down the right field line, so 1-1 count here. Bottom of the 6th, down 2 with the bases loaded, but 2 outs here, so we cannot put anything on the ground. We need to get it into the outfield here. Pop that one. High fastball, just not able to get onto it. Did get good timing on that one, though. So, got to play defensive here, not looking to strike out. Flare that one down the right field line, out of play into the stands. Count remains at 1-2. Justin Slatton on the mound has a cutter, 4-seamer, sweeper, and a curveball. Swing through that one and strike out on the sweeper. That was a nice pitch there. Just kind of fooled me a little bit there. We'll turn to simulating, and Boston does pull out the win. So unfortunately not able to help out the team there and get the win. Mackenzie Gore gave up 3 runs in 4.1 innings. Takes the loss. That's unfortunate. But Ahmed Rosario played a good game. Ended up going 2 for 5. So did get a couple more at-bats in that game. But we did lose 7-1. So we'll head on here, sim through the rest of these games. Not really worried about minor league injuries. We'll go ahead and auto pick those. My God, a lot of injuries. Okay. We're going to go ahead and simulate. I don't really want to go into any of these games. We'll kind of let them play out however they are. We will go to the draft now. So we'll head into the draft. We'll add some of our prospects. Josh Cannon is injured, so that really makes me nervous, which I think will end up going Carlos Manoso. We have him draft ranked number 3. He's draft ranked number 37 for the MLB teams. So I think we'll put him on there. We'll add him to our queue there just so we can see him. We have Ken Kelly, our third baseman prospect, draft rank number 5. We'll add him to our queue as well. And then I know we had some pitchers as well. So, yeah, Peter Parker we will add to our draft queue. We'll add Brian Baez to our draft queue. I think we'll stay with that for now, at least for our first pick. We'll add Carlos Ponce on there as well at third base. We had him at draft rank 20, where the MLB had him at 54. So we'll add those guys, and we'll head in here to the draft and see what we can get done here in the MLB draft in 2025. So we do actually have the first pick. So that is interesting. I did not realize that. I just completely blanked on that. So we're going to go ahead and view our prospects here. We have 4 minutes to make our decision. Honestly, I do not think that we will take that long. Carlos Manozo looks really, really good. So opting out of the doctor's exam is a little questionable, but I think he will probably end up being the pick anyway. So, yeah, I mean, really, I don't think there's anyone else other than Carlos Manozo that I would want to take. Josh Cannon is injured. I don't know if I want to run that risk, because honestly, I am not too sure what it does if he's injured. I don't know if it takes his potential down or not when you draft him, because 81 and 96 potential, him and Carlos Manozo have both the same potential, but overall wise, 63 to 78 versus 53 to 68, Josh Cannon could be in the majors by his age 20 season. Carlos Manozo, it'll probably take him to 21, 22. So that's where it's interesting. I think we're going to go ahead and take Josh Cannon here. Carlos Manozo is ranked number 37. There is a possibility he could fall to us in the second round. So we're going to draft Josh Cannon here with the first overall pick. He will be our pick. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us, because obviously I don't know what the injury does. But we're going to take him. He looks really good, and we're going to be happy and content with our first overall pick this year. So we'll advance here and get on to our next pick now. Okay, so we are here at pick number 45. John Nomo, international relief pitcher. We have him scouted 100%. We have pick 45, then 82, so I really don't think he would fall to us at 82. He looks like the best choice here for me, so I think we're going to go ahead and draft John Nomo here with the 45th pick. 77 to 92 potential, so not bad at all there for the relief pitcher, and we will get in here to our next pick. I do think I want to go... I don't even really know what I want to do, honestly. Glenn Clement could be a good pitcher for us. A lefty, is 22, but the overall is up there. The potential is up there as well. We did not get the chance to scout him because I was scouting younger players a lot more. But he could be someone who comes up to the majors really quick. We'll go ahead and draft Glenn Clement here. I like the pick. Obviously, we didn't get the chance to scout him as much, but we'll go ahead and rock with Glenn Clement here, starting pitching prospect, and that is pick number 82 for us. All right, here with pick 112, we're going to head in here, see what we have to offer. Obviously at this point, we're just kind of looking for any type of talent we can. We're not expecting anything too crazy here. So, I really want to work on the infield a little bit. So that could definitely be something we look at taking. I'm not too worried about finding guys that are going to be contributors right away. I think that overall we just need to focus on building up our minor league, prospect rankings and just kind of focus on that. Andy Carrasco looks good. We'll go ahead and take him. He's a third base prospect. 77 to 96 potential. The overall is rough, but again, like I said, not really worried about finding guys that are going to contribute right away. So I think we'll be okay and content with that. We'll go ahead and take William Seau here. I did look at him originally. We didn't end up scouting him at all, but I'm not mad about it. 65 to 99 speed is really what drew me to him when I was looking at him originally. If I deciding if I wanted to scout him during the first part of the season here. So we'll take him and sim to our next pick, which is 172. And this will be our last pick. I really don't know where I want to go with this, honestly. We might end up just taking Bill Piper here, the best player available, I guess you'd say. I think we'll just go ahead and do that. Have him 10% scouted because we did scout the bullpen relief pitcher positions. So we'll do that, and then we'll head on here to the end of the draft. Exit the draft out here and see what it ends up looking like. Obviously, Josh Cannon is injured. I, again, don't know what that means for him. So we'll have to take a look at that whenever we do get the chance to. But we'll do that for now. We're going to go ahead and sim some more games. Okay, we have our first chance to sign our draft picks here. Obviously, our number one priority is going to be Josh Cannon. We're going to throw him in there. I think John Nomo will end up being our number 2. I hate to just go automatically in the order of who we drafted, but I think that will be the play here in this case with our top 3 picks. So we'll set that, and we will see what we can do. Going up against the Padres, who are 46-50 here. Joe Musgrove on the mound. San Diego strong. We're 39-58, so we're 5-5 in our last 10. So we're just gonna sim to next week, see what we can do in these games against the Padres, and then finish up our signing of our prospects. All right, we're here. We have another opportunity to sign prospects. Head in here and see what we're gonna do here. I think we're gonna offer Josh Cannon a contract. The slot value is 10.57. We'll go 10.72 and submit that. He has decided to sign. That is awesome to hear. So we have our first draft pick officially signed of this season. Josh Cannon is on here now. We can offer John Nomo a contract as well. The slot value is $2.07 million. We're going to offer at 1.55. He decides to sign. That is awesome to see. And then we'll offer Glenn Clement a contract as well, and we'll submit that, and he has decided to sign as well. So pretty easy getting all of those guys. And then I think we'll just kind of go see if we can get everyone else here. We'll offer them their contracts. Decided to sign. That's awesome to see. And we'll have to wait another couple of days to offer these guys their contracts. So we'll sim this Cincinnati series and then offer those guys their contracts. All right, here, we're going to go ahead and finish. We can offer Andy Carrasco a contract. We're going to go ahead and do that. Has decided to sign. William Seau is needing a little more motivation, it looks like, so we're going to go ahead and finalize that 2-day plan. Okay, well, we set up our trade block here right before the trade deadline, and we have our first offer. Stone Garrett for Colt Emerson, the 19-year-old second base prospect from the Mariners. 19 years old, B potential 62 overall, and he's progressing very, very well at AA. I might make this trade. He's a lefty bat, throws right-handed. 6 feet, 195 at 19 years old with B potential. This is not bad to be a 62 overall already. I might take this, and we had a decision to make, obviously, with Stone Garrett. He wanted a decent contract. He wanted about $30 million. So, he's not playing bad for us this year, so that is kind of the reason we're able to get something, in return for him that's decent. We do have one more year of renewable time with him, but at the same time, Colt Emerson could come up and play one of those positions for us. He can play short. He can play second base. He can be that bench bat. He could be, if we end up doing it, we can move one of those guys to DH to make room for him. Obviously, that's a few years down the road, but it's an option. I think we're going to go ahead and make this trade and kind of take away one of those options that we'd have, or one of those decisions we have to make with Stone Garrett in keeping him or getting rid of him. I think, obviously, we'll have to call someone up. We'll probably call up Alex Call here and make that decision, easy enough on us. But, I think this is a good move for us. Colt Emerson is another prospect, a higher-ranked prospect we can add to the team. I think we're going to go ahead and do this here. So we'll send that in, and then I think if we sim through here, we can sign our draft picks. We should be able to go in here and sign William Seau now. We can. We'll offer him that. He has decided to sign. So all of our draft picks from this draft are signed, ready to go, ready to be with the big league team. That is awesome to see. And yeah, I think we'll just keep simming, see what comes our way. Okay, so we're at the end of the season. Just went ahead and simmed the rest of it. Didn't play any of the moments or anything, so nothing really to show there. 58 and 104 obviously did not make the postseason, but we kind of expected this our first couple of years to not be very competitive. This offseason, it's going to be about making moves around our roster to shape the future of this team. So if that means getting rid of some players, that means getting rid of some players. That means adding some players. That means adding players. You know, we could get a very quick turnaround going here, but we'll have to decide and figure out what's best for us. So we're gonna head into the offseason and see what we can do here. We have some exclusive free agent negotiations to do. So Ahmed Rosario, I think we'll tender. Ooh, that qualifying offer is $21 million for 1 year, and he only wants 14 over 2. We're gonna go ahead and offer him that. Josh Bell, we're going to let walk. Mike Soroka, we're going to let walk. Colin Poche, we're going to let walk. Jorge Lopez, we're going to let walk. Lucas Sims, we're going to let walk. And Derek Law, we're going to let walk. So I'm not really going to focus on that. We're going to hire a new manager, new hitting coach, and then we will get into free agency here in this offseason. Okay, so Mackenzie Gore, we have obviously the choice of extending him, whatever. We're going to offer arbitration. We're going to raise it to $3.29 million and submit that. And see what he decides to do with that, if he takes us to arbitration negotiations or if he accepts it. Really, there's no one else I really want. Josiah Gray, I'm going to offer arbitration. We need the depth, obviously. He's decent. Nathaniel Lowe, I'm not really keen on bringing back. We can probably find someone that will be, just as good or better in free agency at first base. So I'm going to leave him for now. Just let him walk. Pretty much everyone else, though, I'm going to let walk. Keegan Aiken had an okay season. A little bit worse than last year, which, I was kind of expecting around that same type of season. So not bad. I'll probably offer him arbitration as well and just see if he takes that. But really, everyone else, I'm just gonna let walk here in this offseason. Okay, so a guy like Chris Paddock, he's gonna be someone that I think we could bring in. 30 years old, 76 overall. He could be a very, very solid starter for us in our rotation. So I think he will be our number one as far as kind of what we look to add here. I'm not gonna be adding much top end talent here. I really don't think that we're in a position to add the older guys that are going to be there just for a playoff run, because we're not ready for a playoff run yet. So it's going to be about finding guys that we think can be here either for the long run or at least to just fill positional needs for now. So the bullpen, it's gonna have to be a lot of these older guys because they're in the low to mid 70s range at 30 to like 36 years old. But yeah, we're going to head into free agency, see what we can get done, and I will kind of give you guys a recap after I'm done. We have a contract decision here on Tyler Rogers. He has decided to sign. So bullpen depth, I believe he's 31 years old, 72 overall, a 2-year, $3 million per year deal. Not bad. Dylan Cease goes to the Diamondbacks, so staying in the NL West there. Michael King returns to the Padres, which is actually amazing to see. I love him on the Padres. Contract decision for Chris Paddock incoming, and we have signed Chris Paddock as well. So former Padre, was on the Twins. He is now a Washington National, so that is awesome to see. We can head out here and kind of make up our mind on some more free agents. Jordan Romano, we're going to go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal, so we're going to see that ups his motivation a tiny bit. See what he does with that. I want to look at catcher because we do not have good catchers, and I think he's my guy. I want to bring in Victor Caratini. I loved him on the Padres. He's been great as an Astro. Very, very solid catcher, so I think he will be someone we look to bring in. Luis Arraez is really not wanting a big deal, so I think that he could be someone we bring in as well. Obviously, in this, he was not on the Padres. He was an Oriole. Got traded last season, so that's kind of strange. Did not win the batting title for the 4th year in a row, but we can kind of look to maybe reshape him here. He could come in and play first base for us this season, so we're going to lock those in and sim to winter meetings here. We have a contract decision actually on Jordan Romano here, and he did not sign with us, so that's fine. But we're going to look to offer on some of our other free agents here if we can. We're not going to go for Zach Eflin here. Not interested in that, really. And I really don't want to pay Jordan Romano that much, so I think we'll go ahead and remove him. We cannot offer on either of those guys yet, so we're gonna look to find another reliever here that we can offer on and kind of see if we can get the brothers. See what we can do here as far as relief pitcher goes. Shelby Miller wouldn't be a bad one. He only wants a 1-year deal. I think we'll go ahead and set that up and see what we can get going here. Okay, we can offer on Victor Caratini now. We'll bump it up to $6 million just to kind of be sure that he signs. And then we'll offer him that. Luis Ariz we can't offer. We can offer on Shelby Miller. And I think I'm going to offer him a 2-year deal that bumps up the interest in signing a little bit. And then obviously whenever we can offer Luis Ariz, we will offer on him, see if we can get him in to play first base for us. So we'll head and sim some more, and I'll see you guys next week to do more of the contracts. Okay, so Luis Ariz is rumored to be close to signing with the Padres, Cubs, or Pirates. We're going to offer him a contract here. We're going to offer him a 3-year deal, and we're going to bump up the money. So it'd be a 3-year, about $30 million deal. And we have not been able to sign Luis Ariz. Goes to the Yankees to play first base. So that's fine. Contract decision for Shelby Miller here. And he is not signing with us, but he did not sign with anyone else. Victor Caratini, not signing with us either, but again, did not sign with anyone else. So we can go in and offer them both contracts. Caratini is rumored by the Phillies and Padres, Phillies and Diamondbacks for Shelby Miller. So we're going to up the money on this contract a bit here for Victor Caratini. Just crank up the interest in us. And same thing with Shelby Miller. We'll offer him a 2-year deal. That cranks it up a whole lot there, almost 10%. And then we'll lock those in and sim a little bit more, see if we can get those deals done here. Contract decision for Shelby Miller. He goes to the Phillies. Okay, Victor Caratini, I swear if he goes to the Phillies too. Okay, he still hasn't signed, so that is a good sign. We can head in here, and I might even try giving him a 2-year deal. That does bump it up a bit. So would he take a 2-year, $12 million deal? Let's see. We can add in some more, priority pitchers in here as well. Nick Martinez might not be the worst option to bring in. Let's offer Nick, or let's kind of bring in Nick Martinez as well. Try to bring him in at least. Let's see if we can get that done. And then we'll look at relief pitcher here a little bit more. Do we bring in the brother of Tyler Rogers? That'd be funny. Yeah, let's stop. He's only asking for $5 million. Why not? We can lock him in there, see if we can get him. All right, Nick Martinez, now or never. Rangers, Angels, and Blue Jays. We're going to go ahead and offer him. We're going to decline that. I did not realize it was a $15 million deal. So he does go to the Rangers. That is fine. Victor Caratini did sign with the Nationals. So 2 years, $12 million. We get our catcher for now. That is awesome. And we'll head in here to free agency, see what we can do now. Taylor Rogers, we're going to go ahead and offer him 1 year, $5.3 million contract. And then we need to worry about first base here. I think, I don't even know what I want to do with this, honestly. I could probably just bring in Josh Bell again. So I think we'll just go with that. Bring in Josh Bell, see if we can work with that. Jorge Lopez will bring back, or try and bring back at least. So we'll lock those in and sim a little bit more. See if we can get any. Taylor Rogers, contract decision. Signs with the Brewers. That's fine. We'll head in here, see if we can offer on either of these guys. Josh Bell will offer just a straight up 2-year, $3.8 million deal. Jorge Lopez, $2.6 million. Offer that. And then still need a first baseman. So let's take a look here who we have left. Well, technically, with Josh Bell potentially signing back, it's not the worst, but it'd still be nice to have some options. So let's see. I would like to bring in a pitcher here, but it's just going to be about finding someone. Jake Irvin wants 2 years, $2.5 million per year. He could definitely be someone we look to bring in, so we'll sim a little bit more and see what we can do. Jorge Lopez contract decision. He decides to come back. That is awesome. So we'll go in here and take someone off our 40-man. Now that the Rule 5 draft is done, we can kind of ease that a little bit. So we will take off Andy Carrasco from our 40-man. That's fine. And then we will head in here and sim more and see what we can do. Jake Irvin, we'll offer him a contract. We'll offer 2 years, and we'll bump it up a little bit here to 50% motivation. And contract decision incoming. He decides to sign with the Rockies. That's fine. Josh Bell's contract decision, I'm assuming he'll sign with us. Nobody does not sign with someone else, so that is fine. We'll go ahead and up the money a tiny bit there for Josh Bell. So 2 years, almost $4 million a year. And then really, I think if we can probably look at one more relief pitcher, and then I think we'll be set from there. Miguel Castro might not be a bad option, but I think that'll be it. So we'll focus on the 2 of them for the rest of free agency and just kind of see. Josh Bell's contract decision, he decides to go to Cincinnati. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. And I think we'll be able to offer on Miguel Castro here. We can. We'll bump the money a tiny bit. He already wants to sign with us, so that's fine. And then I do need a first baseman. So we'll head in here and see if there's any left that are worth signing. Jose Miranda, I think we'll just go ahead and sign him just so we have someone. We'll sim here and see what we can do with that. Miguel Castro has a decision incoming, and he signs with us. So another bullpen arm, another solid bullpen arm. That is awesome to see. We do have 41 guys on our 40-man, so we will head in here, and I'll show you guys what you just saw up at the top there in a second. Evan Reifert can head off the 40-man to make way. So we go in here to our roster, and you'll notice our number 1 overall pick, Josh Cannon, is 18. He is an 81 overall, so I believe he is the highest rated player in the draft. He's going to start at AA. I might even start him at single A because he will upgrade a little bit better there. I'm not going to put an 18-year-old on the Major League roster. He's our highest rated player on our entire roster. So we struck gold with that pick. Obviously, he was high rated anyway, but we still won that draft pick for sure. Today was the arbitration hearing for Keegan Aiken. The arbitration panel sided with us, and his contract for the 2026 season will be $1.48 million. That's awesome to hear. Mackenzie Gore, they sided with him. His contract will be $10 million. That is totally fine. We offered him about that much anyway. They sided with Josiah Gray as well. He'll be $9.4 million. That is totally fine. You can see contract extensions there. This is the end of episode 3. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, a rough first season. We expected that, though. We had made some moves in the offseason to kind of improve the team while also kind of shifting the team in a different direction, trying to go a little bit more youthful while also finding guys that can fill in spots on the roster until some of our minor leaguers and draft prospects can make it to the majors. But I think we have a very strong chance of being at least a close to 500 team this year. Depend on some of those prospects if they make their jump to the majors in spring training here and stay on the opening day roster. So in the next episode, episode 4, we will be working through spring training, working through opening day, playing that first opening day game, and then probably that will be all of episode 4. Episode 5 will be the rest of this second season, and then we'll keep going from there. I hope to have a bunch of episodes out really, really quick. I'd like to do at least 2 to 3 videos on the channel a week now. Consistently, so that'll be MLB The Show, that'll be Madden. We have more Road to the Show content coming soon in my Road to the Show series. Some exciting updates in that and some progress in that. Seahawks franchise, we have a couple more videos that I have edited and have ready to go, scheduled on YouTube already. And then, yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, leave a couple of comments. All the engagement really helps grow the channel and keep this content pushing out to other people. And I will see you guys in the next one.